don't just, fire.
Yeah,
That's why they were soul burners,
Right,
because what they would do after a period of time of just going through their acts and their emotions or whatever, then you'd have to start clapping your hands, and that really inspired me. What actually got me was I didn't know that he was setting me up to try to be him. As I got a little older, I remember a 10-year-old boy scared of seeing a church full of people being called to come to the front and sing a song.
Wow.
In my daddy's group. I mean, it was good when I was sitting there on the benches and going along with them, because didn't nobody see me, they saw the group. But now they're going to see me, and it's like, whoa.
A lot different then.
And, the love and the response that I got, it just filled me, just thrilled me, basically, to the point as to where I said, it's not easy, but this is rewarding, and it's within itself. And I started singing from that point on with my father off and on. I went to Great Bethel. We have a church in Indianapolis, Indiana called Great Bethel. And I went to Great Bethel and I sung in the choir. There again, I was in the background at first, and then because my father had pushed me up, now I'm singing lead in front of the choir.
Wow, that's a blessing. Yeah.
And so after a period of time, I just got used to the idea of that's where I was supposed to be at.
Right.
So then I started listening to other artists, how they perform, and I mimicked some, and then I started formulating a style of my own.
Right.
And as time went by, I kept that. During the dormant period that I I left Los Angeles. Left Indianapolis and went to Los Angeles. I didn't sing at all.
Right.
I was trying to find work. When I came back to San Francisco to live with my mother, I was fortunate enough to get into a group called the Corinthians, Spiritual Corinthians.
Yeah.
So you have, let me say, it was about, well, I'm not going to tell them how old it was, but you have a young man.
That's right.
You have a young man. You have a young man.
You stay away from that.
Okay. You have a young man that was with older, mature men that actually could sing.
Right.
I mean, really sing.
I know. I remember them.
And they had all the bells and whistles, the guitars, and they had it.
Yeah.
And they traveled. And that fascinated me too. Yeah. So they took me under their wing, and I actually started out playing bass guitar.
Right. I remember when you were playing that too.
I was playing bass guitar. Then, as time went by, I got a chance to sing in their background. Then, from their background, I moved to the front.
Right.
As a lead singer.
I remember when you did that. Yeah.
And I stayed with them for quite a long time. And then we had a major program in Redwood City at a theater there, and it was a group that was called the Supreme Jubilees.
Oh, right.
And they were out of Fresno. And so I got up and I sung, and after the program was over, the lead singer, David Kingsby, came up to me and told me, he said, we're a traveling group, and we need a lead singer.
Right.
But what are you doing? And so I was about maybe 20. Well, now I got to tell this age now. So about 20-something because so I had to go back and ask my mother. My mother go like, well, I don't know. And before she could get really, I don't know, out of her mouth good, I was gone.
You was gone, just simply.
And so I was going to miss that opportunity. So I stayed out on the road for about, I'd say 5 years. And I there having to sing, to eat, sing to sleep.
Right, I know.
Sing to do whatever you wanted to do to buy you the next suit or whatever,
Right.
It actually became a job. So therefore, I actually put more emphasis on just knowing what to, how to, when to.
Right.
And so, like we were discussing earlier, it actually was impressive to me because it was like a status.
Right,
thing.
that's what you said.
It was status, and it wasn't about the glory of God, and it was just like this was a big status symbol. It was a status symbol.
I love that. Though. Yeah.
So I stayed out there, and then reality set in one day. I came back after a program. It was a successful program. However, I had got some bad news that my mother was sick, so I left the group and I came back home to